Hey, I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. This is Brief 642. Kylie likes it, Mossberg likes it, Maximum PC says Windows 7 is unquestionably the best version of Windows ever. CNET says Windows 7 is stable, smooth, and highly polished. Gizmodo gives permission to upgrade without trepidation, people, with excitement even. I second that emotion. Windows 7 is not only a worthy upgrade, I've had as much fun using Windows 7 this past week as I did when I switched from PCs to Mac. I did a clean install on a Gateway 1 with an Intel Core 2 Duo 2 GHz processor and 3 gigs of RAM. Installation took about 45 minutes and was a much smoother, welcoming experience than when I upgraded to XP and installed Vista on our Mac Pro. With XP and Vista, it felt like Microsoft was still trying to sell me the OS after the install. Activation seemed like an obstacle course before. With Windows 7, it was simple and only took a few seconds. One of the things most users hated about Vista was the never-ending warnings. With Windows 7, those checks to make sure I really want to do what I'm doing don't seem to be happening any more often than they do on a Mac. Things that aren't immediately critical but that need to be taken care of nonetheless, like installing antivirus software, await action in the Action Center located in the Task Notification area. The Notification area is also where you can find security settings, maintenance settings, troubleshooting, and it's where you can restore your computer to an earlier time. The Taskbar does much of what the dock does on a Mac, but it does it in a way that seems more sensibly restrained than its Mac counterpart. If you open an application, its icons show up on the taskbar just like before, but if it's an application you use all the time, you can permanently pin it to the dock and arrange the order as you like. Hovering over an icon gives you a preview of any or all of its opened windows. Then, and I love this, if you move your mouse over one of the preview thumbnails, it expands to full size. The full size view remains on the screen as long as you hover over the thumbnail, and then if you click that thumbnail, the window stays open. If you right-click an item on the taskbar, you're given what Microsoft calls a jump list. It's a list of things you can do in that application, and it's my understanding that developers decide what they're going to put there. So if I right-click on Safari or Firefox, my only options are to open the window, pin or unpin the application to the taskbar, or close the application. But if I right-click on Chrome, I have more options like links to my most visited and recently closed sites. Engadget is such an important site, I can permanently pin it to my Chrome jump list. Arrow Peek is a little shortcut that makes your windows transparent when you hover over this little rectangular space on the right end of the taskbar. Clicking the box hides all the open windows, and then clicking again brings them back. This is the first thing I wish Microsoft had handled just a little different. What I get between the hover and the click is too similar to truly be useful. I don't see the point of transparent outlines of my windows. What I'd rather see when I hover over the box is shrunken versions of all my open windows like the Expose feature in OS X. Arrow Shake is one of the fun things you can do in Windows 7. You realize you have too many windows open, you need the zen simplicity of a solitary window, grab that one wanted window at the top, shake it, and all the other windows are minimized. Shake it again after your moment of zen and all the clutter returns. I preferred using a Mac for about 4 years now, but one Windows feature I've always missed when I'm using OS X is the ability to tile windows. I rarely want to tile more than 2, but I often want to have a Google Docs window open on one side of the screen and a browser open on the other. With Windows, that's always been easy, but on a Mac, unless I've missed something, you have to manually size the 2 windows and manually arrange them side by side. Windows 7 still lets you right-click and tile from the taskbar, but now there's a feature called Snap. Grab a window at the top, throw it to the right side of the screen, and it snaps to fill exactly the right half of the screen. Take a second window, throw it to the left, and then you have 2 equally balanced windows where you can work side by side. Snap also works when you want to maximize a window so it fills the whole screen. Just drag it to the top to maximize and pull it down when you want to work with multiple windows at the same time. Now, let's just put that whole Vista thing behind us. Let's all pretend it never happened. PC users finally have an operating system that's a joy to use. The Apple on the Mac ads might not make sense anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not giving up OS X for Windows 7. I will continue to use both, but now I can enjoy using both. Brief 642 is brought to you by angieslist.com/geek. More than 1 million consumers use Angie's List to find high-quality contractors, service companies, and doctors they can trust, and my promo code will save you 25% when you join the list. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Callie Lewis. Bye!